Thanks for tuning into the Hidden Tracks podcast. You can find us wherever you find podcasts or listen to music. When you have an opportunity, please give us a 5-star review, write a little note, tell us how we're doing. We really appreciate it. It helps us keep this thing going. If you want to reach out to us, you can find us at Facebook at Hidden Tracks. Instagram is at HiddenTracks99, and if you'd like to send in submissions or talk to us or give us any feedback about what we're doing, our email is myhiddentracks99@gmail.com. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the show. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the show. I have the band Wakelee. Some people from New Jersey, now out of Brooklyn. But I'm here to talk about their awesome new self-titled album, Wakelee. There it is. It's very simple. So I have Alex, David, and Elliot on the show. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey,
thanks for having us.
Well, thanks for coming on. So big thing I just mentioned, your self-titled album recently just dropped, and you just had a nice record release show over in the city. So how are you guys feeling? I mean, each of you can give me how you guys are feeling about how the album came out and how, you know, the record release show went.
The release show just like exceeded every expectation. We sold out Mercury Lounge. There was moshing, there was crowd surfing, which is the first for one of our shows.
Not a lot of room at Mercury Lounge to do some moshing.
Yeah, it got pretty serious pretty quickly. But no, I mean, it just felt so good. Like that weekend, releasing the album, and then the next day releasing or having the release show, just felt like this awesome celebration for 48 hours that we're still kind of riding the high from, and trying to take that momentum and just carry it into the next thing.
Yeah. This is Elliot. I think it was a lot of fun, and it was a nice like statement of where we are and where we were as a band for the past like 2 years, just how long this whole thing took. So it's just like kind of a weight lifted off of our shoulders. Like, all right, this thing is out now, and now we just want to like try some new stuff, you know? So we're just like, yeah, like Alex said, kind of moving on the momentum and feeling good about it, and just like trying to expand, as quickly as we can.
That's all. Now, when you guys are working up to this album, I mean, this comes up
a lot. I'm an album guy, so albums mean the world to me. I love the stories they tell. I love the work that goes into it. And especially in the world we're in today, where albums are almost turning into just EPs or turning into singles because you kind of want to stay in the forefront of the way the music world is now, right? You almost don't want to be forgotten about because you put out an album, you put a lot of hard work into it, and it takes a while for it to come to fruition and get out to the masses. And then it's almost like you got to go right back to the drawing board because you don't want to get forgot about. I mean, did this for younger guys going into doing something like this? Was this a thought process, or was it the focus always on trying to create, your self-titled album?
For a little while, we did like the EP, not really EPs. Like we did 2 singles at a time, or released like a batch of singles. But I think we all came to the agreement that, we're on the same page. I think when people listen to music in our genre, or at least how I like to listen to music as well, like an album always felt like a statement as far as like, cohesive package. This is our sound. This is what you should listen to. And, we could have done kept doing the single route, kept doing an EP, but, you made a point that, it takes a while to do an album. You might feel like you will get forgotten, but, I kind of think the opposite, where if you release singles and EPs, those kind of get forgotten in a discography. So if you're looking back 5 years, 10 years of what you've put out, I feel like albums always kind of sit at the front, whereas EPs and singles kind of just get pushed back a little bit. So I don't know, that was always a goal of, I think all of ours, of just putting out an album and really trying to make some sort of statement.
I kind of agree with that too, because the singles, the first thing I do if I hear something that I like, I'll go right to the artist and I'll look for an album, because I want to engross myself in it. I don't want to sit there and go through a bunch of singles. But again, I'm just an old fuck who loves music. And I have that old mentality of I'm not a big playlist guy. Yes, when I was a teenager, I loved making mixtapes, but if I'm falling in love with an artist, one of the hardest things to do is if someone does have a playlist on and I find out what song it is and I'm like, oh, I really like this. And then I go and I'm like, they have 3 singles and nothing else. I'm like, all right, well, I'm kind of don't know if I'm ever going to look back at this.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what we want to just keep doing, is just work on the album, and or work on the next album, but we could always just, release 5-6 singles that are part of the album, but eventually it'll be part of a more cohesive package.
Yeah. I think it's generating hype too, I guess. If we release EPs and a single here and there with no hint towards a bigger project, I feel like that's the way we've been trying to go about it, is release a couple of singles and focusing on this broader thing that's going to come out in 6 months or something, and trying to market it that way. I think that's kind of how we focused on it.
I give you guys a lot of credit, because it is, from when I grew up in the music industry, it's a lot harder now. And I feel it's easier to get your music out, but a lot harder to make a statement, because there's so much stuff and there's no real written rule about how to do this. There's no how to release music for dummies when you're in a band type of thing out there for people to try to figure out how it works. It was just, you'd go to a record store and there was a new album from a band. That's how it worked. There was always an album. It was rarely, you look through people's stuff, I'm sure they barely have a bunch of 7 inches or a CD that has 2 songs on it, or a singles tape somewhere lying around. It was just always just albums. And it feels to me that, for a young band like yourself and the awesome music you're putting out there, I always feel bad, because I'm like, I don't know how people can navigate what they're trying to do right now.
Yeah. There's definitely it was definitely a constant back and forth for us with we met with some people who were interested in working with us, and they kept telling us to push the TikTok route and constantly release singles. Don't even think about an album. But yeah, going back to your point and Alex's point, like I think for me, like even just the visual representation of an album, like, from these batch of songs, they have that album cover on it. So, like, okay, these songs represent like this chapter of this band's history. So like if I'm ever surfing a band's Spotify or something, like I'll think of a song that that has that same album cover. I'll know, okay, so this song was like when they off their first album, like stuff like that. That's always been like super important to me. Like if you just keep releasing singles and they all have different like visual representations, like I think that it's harder to like attach yourself to an artist, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I love that moment in time because it's like a yearbook, right? It's that moment in time. It's when that came out. It's where you were as a band, because everything changes as you go. Life experience changes. You write about different things. You create music differently because your ear changes. And I like that. And like that is your moment in time. So you can always go back to that album and be like, that's where they were at this time. This is who they were as artists. And now look at where they've come, down the line.
I like that you called it a yearbook. I'm going to steal that. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah.
Now, I'm going to start with Elliot on this because I'm going to love to hear the identical twins answer to this to see how it differs or if it's exactly the same. Growing up and finding music and figuring out what it was, David, do you have your first musical memory, like the first time music clicked for you, like as a small child when you heard something, or as a lot of people grew up in some, a musical household and was forced to take a piano lesson or something, but like when you first heard a musical note and something just clicked for you?
Yeah, it was actually like kind of weird because I'm not like a religious person at all, but my parents took me to this like church after school like daycare center when I was in like early elementary school, and they didn't realize it, but I was like every Tuesday this guy would come in with like a cowboy hat and like an acoustic guitar and sing like Christian songs to all the kids, and like that's actually like where I first was like, oh, this music is like kind of sick. Like this is kind of dope. And I must have been like 6 or 7 years old, but that was so I'm from Southern California, and these guys are obviously from Jersey. So it was a very different like experience, but it was like, yeah, it didn't like indoctrinate me, but it like it got me close to it. Yeah.
Do you remember like the first band or artist that you heard that you just knew it was something completely different than, say, the guy showing up with a guitar at CCD or whatever?
Some creepy dude.
Yeah.
With a guitar and like I would say actually the band, if you know them, like Bob Dylan's backing band, I would listen to them like in the car on the way to elementary school every day, like the Greatest Hits album, and that is fire. If people don't know that, it's really good stuff.
Wow, that's awesome.
The big song? What's the band's big song?
The Weight.
The Weight. Yeah,
song, but their whole Greatest Hits album is like just perfect, top to bottom. And I would listen to that a lot when I was like 6 or 7 years old.
Awesome. All right, whoever wants to go, Alex or
yeah. I think we honestly kind of had the same like musical awakening. Like we we were on a trip in Alaska. We were like 6 years old, and we have an older sister. And my sister got my dad to buy Blink-182's "Enema of the State" on CD, and I remember like specifically in the back of this van, like hearing like the drum opening to "Aliens Exist," and I remember like for me that's like the first musical memory I have.
How is that? That's the same one I have.
Yeah, well, we're doing
that's why I checked first.
Yeah,
you knew it was going to be the same.
Yeah, so that was our first musical memory.
Yeah, that's a very progressive father to buy "Enema of the State" for his daughter. Now, how?
Yeah.
What's the age difference?
My dad is like ultra boomer. Like he's like 75 now. He was born in 1947, like Vietnam War vet.
My father as well. Yeah, nice.
Oh, all right, Semper Fi. Just kidding. Yeah, and he like always hated like current music, blah blah blah. But for some reason, he always had a soft spot for Blink. Like even like when they recently announced that they were they were back. My dad like sent me the article. He's like, all right, the boys are back. Like, I don't even know if he knows like one song by them, but for some reason, like always loved them. I guess maybe they were like, I don't know, like going against the grain in the cheesiest way possible. But yeah, I remember that specifically as well. Listening to that song "Aliens Exist" by Blink, and we had like Dave and I had like an unhealthy obsession with Blink. That's probably like most kids did at some point. But you know, I think I slowly weaned off of that and just got into other types of rock music. I remember listening to Third Planet by Modest Mouse, also when I was like 9 years old or 10 years old. And then like became like a huge Modest Mouse fan too. I'm kind of thankful I weaned off the Blink stuff and like listened to other stuff. But now that band is like always going to be something special to me, as lame and cheesy as it is, but it's all right.
It's totally, listen, Blink had, how do I put, I was having a conversation recently about Blink, and as a band, I kind of looked at them like they basically took from what was already kind of going on and what they grew up with and just expounded on it and made it digestible for a lot of different people. Like it just didn't fall into that, almost like I always call the word pop means, you know, accessible. It means your mother can listen to it, your father can listen to it, your sister, your brother, your grandma. Like it accessible, and just made it digestible for other people to do it. And I give them a ton of credit for doing that. And a lot of it had to do with the MTV era of their videos being hysterical and making fun of all the stuff that was popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they just show that, you know, I mean, besides from Travis, I guess, because he's an insane musician, but like, you know, Mark and Tom are not the best musicians, and like they just look like average Joes. And, you know, I think it made like kids looking up to them be like, oh, anyone can do this. And I'm sure like it inspired a bunch of kids to start playing.
And I think that came, you know, the grunge era too, like in the early mid 90s. I said it just made it easier for people to be like, oh, I don't have to fucking tease my hair and wear eyeliner and lipstick and, you know, look like a female to be a great artist. Like it was one of those things where, oh, anyone can do this. And I think that was when music started to really change for the better, where it was like, all right, some dude in his basement who's always played guitar can now have an audience. He can be like, oh, fuck, I can do this too.
Yeah. I feel like that's like also so rooted in like Jersey music culture too. Like all these great bands coming out of New Jersey have that same type of like ethos around them. Like I'm trying to think of like, you know, like Pine Grove or like the Front Bottoms or even like My Chemical Romance. I feel like everybody kind of fell in love with those bands because like, oh, those are like just normal people
From Jersey.
Yeah, kids from Jersey who started a band. So I definitely agree with that though.
Well, as a state, New Jersey doesn't get enough credit for the musical landscape that it's created and continue to push out. I don't know if it's just because we're that awesome as a state and we don't get enough credit for it. And the people that live here are just cooler than everybody else.
Yeah,
Sorry, Elliot, but
I'm really, come on.
No, it's actually crazy how many like amazing bands are from Jersey. Shaq's from Jersey too.
Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah, he's from New York.
He's from New York.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
So we have the Front Bottoms and Shaq.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good spread.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Now, Elliot, what was the first band that you kind of feel you found and discovered like on your own and you took ownership of that band?
That's a good question. Probably... No, I didn't discover them. Probably Wilco for myself. But it's hard because like my mom was like very much in the music scene in LA in like the 80s, and like everything I kind of know about music she kind of showed me. So it's hard to be like, this is the thing that I kind of discovered. But I'd say Wilco was like one that I kind of rediscovered because I listened to them a lot as a kid. But then I like kind of dropped off for like maybe like 8 years and like didn't listen to them at all. And then I like rediscovered them for myself in college, and was like, these guys are fucking amazing. And so they've been like a kind of constant part of my like discography for a long time.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I like that. David.
First artist. I mean, it's got to be Blink as well. I guess was the first artist I discovered. Yeah.
Well, that's the one that your sister gave to you, right?
Yeah,
so
sure,
what's the one that you found and kind of took ownership as your own? Like, well, I found this and this is my band and I love it.
Yeah. Who did I discover? Let's see. I don't know. I discovered Slipknot when I was like younger, and I love Slipknot. So maybe I would say them. Like I'll still go back and listen to like all of Iowa, and still be just as pumped listening to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would say mine is this band called A Great Big Pile of Leaves.
That's a good one.
They're like one of my favorite bands. Definitely a pretty small band. But yeah, like I feel like I showed a bunch of my friends them. And like I have like some of my closest friends, it's also now their favorite band too. And it's like this little cool experience that we share. It's like, oh, this really small band just so happens to be some of my closest friends, also their favorite band as well.
That's awesome, except for the person that's like, yeah, I don't fucking like this. Don't you take that like personally sometimes when you're like, you love something so much?
Yeah, it like hurts. It actually hurts at my core.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
Bad choice. You have bad feelings.
I don't like sharing. Like I don't like sending music to people that often because it like just the idea of them like clicking next and like not accepting it is like it's like hurtful. I don't know. So
It's like when you're watching a YouTube video and you're showing it to somebody and they like click to see how long is left in the video.
Yeah.
That's the worst when someone's like, oh, you got to watch this. And like you look at the thing, it says like 9 minutes long. Like, oh, fuck, I have to sit here and watch this for 9 minutes and pretend to laugh. There's my answer for that. They're an awesome band.
Yeah, that's the personal ownership that really is awesome when someone falls in love with something you love as well. But that swift kick to the groin when they're like, "Nah, man, this is garbage." You're like, "Fuck."
Good for you, though.
Now, growing up, learning how to play music, how did Elliot? How did you get into? You said your mother was a big influence. How did you get into playing music and finding what instrument it was that you were going to attach yourself to?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because like she was in the music scene, but she didn't like play any instruments, and like no one really in my immediate family plays any instruments. But I originally played bass when I was in elementary school. I took like a month's worth of lessons and then gave it up, and then like played clarinet a little bit, and then like didn't really play any music after that until like college, honestly, and like late high school. And late high school was like playing bass. I got back into the bass. I would like listen to my favorite songs and just like learn how to play the bass lines to all of them. And then in college, I couldn't bring my like PC because I was like a big PC gamer. I like couldn't bring my rig to like my dorm, so I brought my mom's acoustic guitar instead, which is probably like the best move I ever made, honestly. And I played that shit like every day for like 2 years, and so it's like bass and then guitar, and then I also play like Eastern European folk music here and there. So
Elliot's way more like cultured and well-rounded.
He sounds way more cultured.
Talking about like doing some missionary trips in California with some cowboy guitarists and some
living in Bulgaria
I went to Bulgaria for like 2 months and like traveled around and
played the sitar.
Played the
what was it?
It's called a tumbara, which is like almost like a mandolin, but it's like their version of a guitar. I just like played the fuck out of that for like 2 years straight also, and like I don't play it as much anymore in New York, which is kind of a bummer. But
I mean, compared to Elliot's musical or instrument playing, I asked for the drums when I was like for Hanukkah when I was like in 3rd grade or something, and I immediately like learned "We Will Rock You" and by Queen, and I think that's the farthest I've gone. Like technically, I haven't really expanded.
No progression. There's zero progression.
Hearing all our songs, it's just "We Will Rock You." Right?
different inversions.
Yeah.
I think I remember we fought over who would play drums, and you won the battle of who would play drums. It was like one of us would play drums, one of us would take guitar lessons. Yeah, I guess I lost the battle for drums. And then my mom was like, you should start with an acoustic guitar, as if she had no idea what she was talking about. Not saying that's wrong, but anyway, I won the war to get an electric guitar and took lessons. I think we started taking lessons when we were like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it was like, honestly, I was just a bad student for anything school related and also music. Again, I was just like wanted to learn like how to play Blink riffs or like a riff from like the Strokes or whatever. And this guy is teaching me, different scales and like trying to teach me theory. And I had no patience for that. Now looking back, I started to teach myself that over the last few years. But yeah, I think my first riff, my first song I learned was, I think it was Hell's Bells, AC/DC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. What was the name of the first band that you guys came up with at home while you're fighting over?
No, Payday. It was Payday, Jesse and Jack.
Oh yeah, we were we had a really bad fallout, so it kind of hurts. And there's some non-disclosure agreements involved. We were called Payday. We made
literally like us and our best friends growing up, and we were like neighbors. And every day after school, we would just like pretend to be in a band, and we just like found this candy wrapper on the ground, and we were just like,
the Payday candy wrapper.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I was, is that the candy?
It absolutely is from the candy bar. It was what was this line of the song? It was our first and only single was
our sister turning 14 years old.
Yeah, hey Sarah, you're turning 14.
Look to your future and you
still be mean.
Yeah. We performed that song in front of my mom and my babysitter from Trinidad.
Hey, listen, I'm smelling B-sides for the next album. So.
Yeah, we got to bring that back. Yeah, Payday's actually not bad. And then we had one more in 8th grade, which was Room 101. Also, bad falling out, but so.
God, that doesn't bode well for me.
Yeah, we're fucked. We're fucked.
My first band was in college, freshman year of college, and we were called Extra Extra. Actually,
is that three X's on the extra?
No, we were just like a punk band. I actually played drums for it, so we'll have that battle again. But
wow, you are worldly. I mean,
not good drums. Don't worry.
I think we may have to kick Elliot off the show because he's not fitting in with the Jersey Boys right now, and how he's well too versed in way too many things for this to be interesting.
I'm not down to earth enough.
Shane, I gotta ask real quick from a Jersey to another Jersey person. Did you say pork roll or Taylor ham and cheese or Taylor ham? Sorry.
I'm a Taylor ham guy.
Thank you. Okay, we're on the same page.
Yeah, because that's what it is. So Now, here's a question I'd like to see if it differs for all of you. Elliot, I'll start with you first. If no one listened to Wakelee, and you had to play them one song from you guys, what song of yours would you play for them that would best describe what you are?
Oh, man. It's probably off of the new record. It's going to be Nighttime Car Ride for me, honestly. Yeah, because it's just got so many kind of moving parts that I think flow really well. Like we've previously written songs and then scrapped them where there would just be 3 or 4 different parts in it, and it felt like 3 or 4 different songs. And we were just trying to smush a bunch of stuff together to keep it interesting, quote unquote. But I feel like that song, we do a good job of having a simple, catchy riff, a good breakdown in the bridge, and then a fucking sexy sax solo, and midway through. That I feel like it's taking people by surprise, and we got good feedback on that particular song. But that one, I think, just is kind of emblematic of how we want to make things interesting, but not overdo it, and keep things digestible. So that one would be the one for me.
Alex, what about
Alex, I would say something. I like that was a great answer.
Thanks.
Yeah, I would maybe the song Tug of War. it's I think like our catchiest and like most energetic and like immediately impactful song. Yeah, it's just like, well, people have short attention spans, so if I needed to like just get someone to like us real quickly, I would probably send them that song. If I'm desperate for someone to listen, I would send them Tug of War.
Yeah. That time card is like a 5-minute song, so if you don't like the first 30 seconds, you're just so that's a good point.
I would say, just to differ from the other two, but I would say Mood Rings. I think like it captures us where like, there's a catchy melody, but also like it has some like jangly guitar, and like, a classic like voicemail in an emo song. So,
and the classic emo trumpets.
And there's a classic emo trumpet. So that's what I would do. Yeah.
Wow. We're all different.
Yeah. We're all different.
We're all different. I'd play Linoleum for some reason for people. I love that. I love that song.
Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, that's different.
That's
Thank
a
you.
deep cut.
It's going to be, yeah. Wow.
There's some lap steel guitar in that song.
I love that shit.
Well, so Elliot being as worldly as he is, how did you two find him? And how did you make this all work so brilliantly to form Wakelee as what it is today?
Yeah, so we were actually just talking about like if we can think of a good story for this, because I feel like a lot of bands have cool like how do you meet stories.
Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca or something. Like I hit Elliot with my car, and like he like his last words like I want to play bass or something like that. But to be honest, we were at an apartment party and we got introduced, and he was looking to play bass, and we were looking at jam. That was it.
Kind of fit in really well because what's nice is like these guys are obviously twins. And so
What?
So, but it means like they can't really like
have our own opinions.
Yeah, or their own autonomy.
Yeah.
No, but like they can't like it's very stable. Like it's like it was easy to kind of come in because I had just moved to New York in 2019 when I met these guys. I was kind of looking for a project, and like it seemed like a very easy like these guys have been playing music with each other for years. Like they're gonna stick together no matter like what happens in like the trajectory of their lives and shit. So it's like, why not I join this project? Because it's like very, very simple. So it kind of just fit together pretty well.
Nice. Yeah. You definitely need to come up with a better story.
The answer to that question. Yeah, the answer to that question is like we met. Yeah, at a gathering.
Yeah, we saw each other. We looked at each other across the room. We met, and that was it. And then now we're in a band.
You're actually right. We should make something.
We'll fluff it up.
Yeah.
Definitely fluff it up. I'm going to cut this part from the show. So, so when was the first time you guys performed together and had your songs ready to go, and what was that moment like when you performed in front of strangers? And I mean, coming together in 2019, some weird shit happened shortly after that in the world. So it
was so we used to practice at, it was kind of like a pay as you play rehearsal space in Brooklyn, and that company hosted some like basically open mic, but it was open mic where there was like a drum set and instruments, whatever, just amps. And we played, I think, 3 songs. One of the songs didn't have any words or lyrics yet. We didn't have the extra instrumentalist that usually plays with us, Dan. So it was just a 3-piece. And yeah, how did that go?
It was like summer of 2019, and we had been in it was called Pirate Studios. We were there for we've been practicing there for like 3 or 4 months at that point or something. And it was just like a nice outdoor, like beers and like sunny day, like Saturday afternoon or something. And we had some friends come through, and we have our friend bands that are in our scene, like also use Pirate Studios. So it was just kind of like a fun jam, but nobody knew that they were watching Wakelee's first show.
Nobody knew.
Nobody knew. Yeah, it's a pretty low key, really though.
All right.
As expected.
Yeah, no, like no Coachella or Glastonbury.
That wasn't your first. We
declined.
You declined. Well,
we wanted more humble beginnings.
You wanted to really cut your teeth like a real band.
Yeah. Show our scars.
Now, going from playing your first show together, what was and I'll start with David on this. What was your very first concert you went to? And sometimes this differs. What was the first concert you got to pick to go to yourself?
Ooh. Okay. Well, first concert I ever went to with Alex was 2009. It was Blink at Jones Beach, August 8th, 2009 or something like that. And then the first concert I chose to go to was, I don't know, maybe the Front Bottoms, I think, in college. I went to school down in Charleston, South Carolina, and they played a pretty small venue in Charleston. And like bands don't usually drive through Charleston. So me and my friend got a ticket, and that was a lot of fun.
Nice.
The first show I ever went to was Mika, Mika, which is kind of like a pop guy in San Francisco, where I also grew up. And then the first show I wanted and chose to go to, I think, was the Arctic Monkeys on their Suck It and See tour in Portland, Oregon, where I was living at the time.
Sick.
And that was very fun. That was like as they were blowing up, and that was before AM. And so nobody knew then that they were singing.
Humble beginnings.
I think mine's the same as David as far as the Blink one in 2009. But my freshman year of college, I guess I chose to go there to go to this concert. But our school hosted Chitty Bang. Have you heard of Chitty Bang? He did like the remix of that MGMT song. Like it's called Opposite of Adults. That was his one famous song. So I guess I did elect to go to that concert.
Was it Reliant K?
No, Reliant K was going to go, which would have been sick. No, it was Chitty Bang, and he actually got, before he even played his one hit, he got kicked off the stage. I think his ring fell off or something, and he was harassing the crowd, being like, "Someone's got it! Where's my ring? I'm not playing until someone finds my ring." And then everybody started booing, and then cops were on stage, and all of a sudden that as soon as there were cops on stage, all the students were like, "Oh wait, let's just start rioting," and we were just going nuts for no reason. We didn't even hear the song we wanted to hear. That was my first real. That was not a real concert, but that was a good thing. But yeah, I'll say Chitty Bang was my answer.
I gotta listen to that song again.
Yeah.
And listen, if the rest of you are listening, that's how you come up with a story. Okay, that's how you make things interesting.
I made that all up. None of that's true.
Now, your favorite show that you ever attended, or your most memorable, other than someone losing a ring and causing a riot, your favorite or most memorable live experience you've ever had?
I have two immediate answers. This was the first show I went to post-COVID, so there was that big drought of obviously not seeing any live music, not even gathering. But June 2021, The Strokes played Irving Plaza, which for them is oh yeah, we were all there. Yeah. The Strokes played Irving Plaza, which is a hilariously tiny venue for them. And it was my first time ever seeing them. They're one of my favorite bands. It was, the first show back from COVID.
It was literally the first show in New York City.
Yeah.
Post-COVID. It was the first show they allowed to have happen in New York.
First time doing shrooms, right?
We did a little shrooms, yeah. And yeah, I remember there was some moments there where I was as lame as it sounds, I transcended. And I remember we took the subway back from that concert, and I was just so flushed from dopamine. I was just slumped over on the subway car, just staring into space, holy shit, that was amazing. It was that, or I actually saw the 1975 at Madison Square Garden. We had GA tickets, and we're also huge fans of theirs too. And that was also an amazing time. Those were my two favorites.
Is that the one where Maddie was eating a raw steak?
Yeah, he did his antics, right? Eating steak on stage, and did some other stuff. That was those two shows were unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the Strokes, Irving Plaza, definitely levitated a couple times. First time levitating.
Mine would be, I actually saw the Red Hot Chili Peppers play in Jersey at MetLife last summer. And this is on the tour where John Frusciante is back in the band. And me and my buddy got GA tickets. We were in the pit. And MetLife is 50,000 people? It's crazy. So we were just kind of we were second row from the very front. So there's always that group of people that hold on to the barriers at the very front. We were right behind those guys. And we were right planted in front of John Frusciante, and he was doing fucking mind melting solos, and the visuals were insane. And Flea was fucking doing drop kicks and shit at 60 years old. And
Anthony Kiedis' leathered skin.
Yeah,
it's just biceps.
And I was on ecstasy or something, so it was amazing. But I think even without being on that, it would have been amazing. But it was great.
I'm surprised it was a MetLife show. Dave and I we got dragged to see, which is still cool, Paul McCartney at MetLife. This was last June. And it's it was my first MetLife experience, or a big concert like that where it's 50,000 people. And if you're not GA or standing room, I could not see Paul McCartney at all. It was so far away. I don't know. So that's good that your best experience is MetLife.
Was a totally opposite experience, because I was I had friends who had gone to the Red Hot Chili Peppers show too, but they were up in the stands. And then after the show, I was I had my story on Instagram or whatever, and they were "Oh, I was there," and I was "I was so fucking good, wasn't it?" And they're "Yeah, we were up there. It sounded like shit." So I don't know. I was maybe I was losing my mind. But.
Well, it's tough with 50,000 people in an open air place is it's tough.
It feels like you're watching a show happen rather than being part of it. Yeah.
Wow.
So there you go.
That's really deep.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Put that in the notes.
Well, the only way I would ever be able to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers is, if I was on ecstasy too and just watching Frusciante, because he's the only redeeming factor to me in that band. So
yeah,
I would agree.
His what always fascinating. His pedal board is I feel worth $100,000.
He's a pedal board that's taller than he is, and he brought out his guitars that are have been with the band well before he left, and all that shit. And he smiled, and everyone got teary eyed when he would smile at the crowd. Yeah, it was just his whole life story and shit, So really cool stuff.
Nice. Alex, do you have a band that you turn to in your life? Those moments when you don't know what you want to listen to, or if you're searching for music, but a band that you constantly turn to because it's never going to let you down whether you're in a good mood or a bad mood. You just always go to that band to listen to their music. Rolling Stone calls it your favorite band. I call it a band that never lets you down, that you can always turn to.
A band that never lets you down. Consistent discography, maybe. Because I'm thinking of the Strokes, but they have some serious misses on their discography.
Every band has serious misses, except for Zeppelin did too with Coda. So but every band has there's misses, but you can always count on them.
Shit. I feel like this band called the Beths, or
amazing band.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah.
They know how to write just indie rock songs better than anybody else, right now at least. Maybe Modest Mouse, honestly. I love I can listen to their albums just nonstop. Maybe not the
moods. I feel
you
got Lonesome Crowder West. If you're introspective, you got
Moon Antarctica, and then some of their newer stuff is a little more, as you said, accessible or poppy. I would go Modest Mouse.
I guess it's kind of a comfort band, right? Mine would be mine would actually be early Biba Doobie, because there was one moment in the beginning of COVID when we all kind of fled back to our family homes and shit, and I went back to Portland, and every night I would get stoned and like go sit in my parents' tub and like listen to Biba Doobie's like Loveworm and shit. And like that stuff was just like, it was like a warm blanket, just like a safety blanket to like keep me sane. And so a lot of her discography, everything like
nice.
Never misses. Rarely.
I feel like for me, like a band that I always fall to,
Slipknot.
It's very calming.
After a breakup. I don't know. The first thing I thought of was American Football, like their first album. It's like I always, if I'm ever like alone, I'll listen to that. Not every time. It's really sad.
You're right, man.
Yeah. We can talk off air. And
you also do therapy, right?
Yes,
also,
we do.
I don't know what else. Yeah, I don't know. I listen to like a lot of Brand New sometimes.
Same shit. Wow.
Yeah.
I think Brand New is probably sadder than American Football. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe a little bit, but harder sadness.
Harder sadness.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Larger tears, let's call it.
Big chunky tears.
More voluminous tears.
Voluptuous tears. All right. Sorry.
We live in a world right now where everything is defined and thrown into labels, right? Everything, you have to kind of pick what tribe you're in, and it happens with music too, right? You have to kind of fall within this line or say what type of band you are when it comes to genres, subgenres, or what would you best describe that genre you would have to fall into? I mean, there's the very simple indie rock or alt rock or pop, like monikers, but in today's society, there's all these different things that you have to fall under, especially to find yourself on a playlist somewhere, right? So if your band was going to be on a playlist, what type of playlist do you think you would be on?
I kind of can I try flipping this to you, Shane? I'm curious what you think about this.
Sure, you can flip this to me. Putting me on the spot on my own fucking show. That's awesome.
What can you do for us?
So I would honestly throw it on like an indie emo.
Fuck, we got it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And I apologize because I don't like to label people. I like them to do it for themselves because I don't want to be the asshole where someone's like, well, that's not what we fucking do, man. That's not who we are. But yeah, like an indie emo and I guess that's because that's my type of music that I like, and I really like your music. So I would just throw it on that for me.
I feel that's usually what we say, like, one of those words.
I usually say like emo indie. I say,
you're wrong. You're wrong. Indie emo, punk, pop, like one of those four words. I was thinking about in making indie emo like one word and just using that as like emo indie or indie emo. Yeah. Just using that as one word.
Indo. There it is.
Yeah, right. Indo.
Yeah, Indo.
No, I think that's right. I like if it's indie, emo, punk, pop, like our songs usually lean not too far in either of those directions. It's usually somewhere in the middle. If there was a Venn diagram, I feel like it would sit somewhere comfortably in the middle. So that's good. I like that.
And as a cultured man, Elliot, do you find it easy to fall in line with being okay to just play that type of music, or are you searching for more in this scenario?
I'm always trying to grow and expand my wings and fly.
Bulgarian indie.
Yeah, Bulgarian.
That's our next.
Greek emo.
Bulgo emo.
No, I agree. I actually do love like punk shit, like just kind of across the board. Like the Eastern European stuff is like so difficult to play comparatively, but it's harder to listen to. If that makes sense. Like it's kind of like this stuff can sometimes be like quote unquote like easier to play, but it's like a lot more. It's a lot easier to listen to at the same time. Whereas like the Bulgarian shit, I would play and like it moves very fast, and like you train your hands really. Like you have to train your hands really well to play it effectively, but it's like I wouldn't like bump it at a party or something, you know. Like
I think you should, honestly.
I should. I want to.
Sure?
Like, the Western world just isn't ready for it. You know? I'm trying to find a way. My whole life goal in life is to bring this stuff to the West in like in a punk format. So we'll get there. But yeah.
So this happened for two of you in the band on the same exact day, but big moment in your life is when you get your driver's license. And the first time you get to drive alone and bump music. What were you listening to on that very special day?
It's like I've said this name 1,000 times in this podcast already, but I remember our first drive, we listened to Mutt by Blink-182. Yeah. Also off Enema of the State. As you could tell, we were just obsessed for like 10 years, from when we were like 6 years old to like probably 16, 7. That's like all we listened to was Blink. Right. So I remember listening to Mutt, and David and I were driving together for the first time, and we like got to like blast it on our own, not worried. We knew we both obviously loved the song, not worried about what anybody else was thinking. I remember just like smirking at each other real quick, like, let's go. This is sick. Like we like press the gas, like we're speeding on like we're going like 35 miles an hour. Like road.
We're going like 26 and 25.
Yeah.
David, watch out. 10-2 on the wheel. 10-2 on the wheel.
Well, with all the traffic up by us, I mean, you couldn't go faster than 38 miles an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Elliot, what Slovakian underground band were you listening to the day you got your license?
It's actually a Greek mythological hardcore. Mine would actually be fucking Jumpin' Jack Flash by the fucking Rolling Stones.
Oh, really? Wow.
Da, 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 da.
Wow.
Like the intro to that song is fucking sick. And driving in Portland at the time, also in like a 30. So you felt like you were flying to the fucking moon, man.
It's like a stop sign every like 50 feet.
No lights, just stop signs, like crosswalks. Listening to that, I feel like a lot of Rolling Stone intros to their music are just like tight as hell and just like iconic. And so I get to listen to a lot of that stuff when I was finally of age.
Nice. Now, I'd say, Alex, what's something you listen to that people would be really surprised that an Indo band member listens to?
Indo. Well, actually, this morning, right before this podcast, I was showering and I was listening to the Donkey Kong theme song, DK, Donkey Kong. Yeah, I was listening to that in the shower.
Well, thank you for being clean on the show. I appreciate that.
Oh, actually, yeah. I do listen to the soundtrack from RuneScape, the old computer game RuneScape. I listen to that a lot while doing like work or something, or just like something monotonous. It's like almost like 8-bit music.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I find it very relaxing. And if I need to I can't focus on like anything if there's like lyrics in a song. So I usually listen to RuneScape music, and I associate that with like me being super zoned in. You know, like when I was playing RuneScape, I was so locked in and just like not focused on anything else. And so I use that music to like help me focus.
To help you focus on other things. That's awesome. I use death metal. That's mine. And
yeah. Honestly, I've heard that too.
That's an honest answer. Like when I need to focus for some reason, I don't know what it is, but it's crazy that's what does it for me. My wife's like, I can't believe you can fucking do anything with this stuff on. And I'm like, I don't know what it is. It just makes me okay. And I can focus. And I even read books while blasting metal. Like it's fucking weird.
Is that like Burzum, stuff like that? Or is that black metal?
It's, I'm an old guy, so I'm like, I'll listen to Sepultura and Blasted or Suicidal Tendencies, and just for some reason it just makes me be okay with like whatever I'm doing, and I can focus better. It's really fucking weird, and I have to it's hard for me to do work like a real job, and people just be like, what the fuck are you doing, man? I'm like, no, I'm okay. I got all my work done because I threw on fucking Sepultura's Arise. Like, that's just how it works for me.
Yeah, I'm the same way, Shane. I listen to a lot of metal when I'm working, or even just by myself. Like, I'll listen to like Slipknot front to back, or I'll listen to this band called Melt Banana. It's one album. I'll listen to like Turnstile, Nonstop Feeling, one of their older albums, and then that's what I find myself listening to a lot. Yeah.
Elliot?
The question was?
I feel like we strayed away from the question.
Well, what would someone be really surprised you listen to? Which I don't think any of us are going to be surprised what your answer was.
That's a good question. There's the first thing that kind of comes to mind is still like the weird Eastern European stuff. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I was looking for like a BTS or something. Like,
I actually fuck with BTS. I like them a lot. I was with my cousin like a few months ago, and we just like spent an evening watching all of their music videos. And their music videos are fun as hell.
Wait, didn't one of them die recently?
No, that's someone.
It was another South Korean pop artist.
There's so many like groups out there.
Yeah.
But someone did like but no, BTS is a fun time. I do enjoy their shit.
I do like Justin Bieber, I will say. No shame in that.
Vanessa Carlton too. So the old Vanessa Carlton hits are great. Guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a good guilty pleasure.
She was probably like my first music crush, Vanessa Carlton.
Yeah? Let's dive deeper into that.
Yeah. Say more.
Go on.
Let's get explicit here. Just get it. The first time I felt something.
All right, meteor's about to crash into the earth. We're all going to die in 5 minutes, and you have to listen to one song. What one song do you listen to? Elliot, go.
Oh, fuck.
Go quickly.
I know.
Hurry.
I've got 5 minutes. I got 5 minutes to decide. It's fine.
Just wrote it for us.
Yeah. I would probably do. I want to go out on like a kind of ethereal, weird psychedelic shit. So probably like something off of like Pink Floyd, like Comfortably Numb or something.
Most of the songs are like more than 5 minutes long.
Well, I want to time it so like there's a sick jam going, and then like the solo from like Time or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think mine would probably be Shit Luck by Modest Mouse off of Lonesome Crowded West.
Oh, nice.
It's just like absolute chaos. It's like 2 minutes long. And it's just like the first line of the song is like, this plane is definitely crashing. And then like it's just madness from there.
And then you die. Yeah.
And then you die. Yeah.
I would do Crash Into Me by Dave Matthews Band.
Nice. Nice.
That's what I would do.
What would you choose?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's Over the Rainbow by Ray Charles' version of Over the Rainbow from Wizard of Oz.
There we go.
That'd be a soothing way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it holds near and dear. It's my wedding song, first off. And it's song, one of my sister and I's favorite movie, and my sister's no longer with us. So my sister and I loved watching Wizard of Oz, and she would twirl around and sing that song. And so those are the memories that I want to hold on to and go out with. So
that's a great movie. Wizard of Oz is, I feel we watched that a lot as a kid. My mom loved that movie. It's great movie.
Plus it's always on holidays. So like I always remembered it was always, the end of the day after a long holiday of being tired, and Wizard of Oz was always on like Thanksgiving or around Christmas or any holiday it was always on. So
yeah. I also remember that Hawaiian guy that covered that song, Israel.
Yeah.
His last name.
That's a beautiful, make you cry. And then he goes into Louis Armstrong's What a Wonderful World. So
yeah. That was awesome.
All right, we're recording this in the morning and on a Saturday, and I want to give you guys back your day so you can go enjoy the rest of your day. Before we get out of here, what is something with the band that you guys are really looking forward to next? You just had an awesome moment with releasing the album and having a record release party. What's the next step that you guys are really looking forward to?
Typical band stuff, play more shows, write more music. But I think like listening back to this album that, took a little while to record and finalize and put out, like I think we have an understanding of like where we want to, how to write our best stuff. And I think we're all like collectively very excited about like we're like already starting to write the next album. And I think already it's just, we're already very excited about it, which I think should hopefully get other people excited. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I really want to like work with some, like support some like bands that we love. So one of my bucket lists is just like go on like a support a bill for like a relatively big band in our genre. That would be like
the Beths are coming to town. We're trying to get their attention.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a big promo, trying to get the Beths' attention and trying to open, because they're doing like a residency at Bowery Ballroom. So we're gonna do this whole like video. We're gonna send them a video of like us covering a song and seeing if it works.
Nice.
So you see our name attached to their bill.
I know it worked, and hopefully I'll see you there.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we've got like vinyl coming out. I feel like that's pretty exciting.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna probably do a show in the fall to support that, because vinyl takes like 3 years to ship. So
There's only like one plant left that presses them, so yeah.
And it's on fire as we speak.
You're just getting all the last ones out. We're the last on the list. That show's gonna be sick. And then I think we've got our guy Brian DiMeglio, who we kind of produce and record stuff with, who I think we're gonna keep hanging out with. And there's some other producers that he's introduced us to that we're excited to work with, that have expressed interest, and so we're excited for getting the ball rolling on like kind of a new, like, but similar direction, but with like a new kind of team. So that'll happen this year for sure. Very excited.
Awesome. Why don't you tell everybody that's listening out there how to find everything and keep up with all the stuff that you guys are doing, all your handles and TikToks and all that kind of shit that everybody needs to be a part of now?
Yeah. Wakelee _ on Instagram, wakeleemusic.com for our website and hopefully upcoming tour dates, and some merch if you guys are interested.
Buy their merch. That's how bands make money and stay together.
Yes, please.
We got some shirts. We got tote bags.
Some crew necks. Whatever.
And vinyl, most importantly.
And vinyl. Please buy the vinyl.
Yeah, we are in the red big time. So please, for the love of God.
Yeah.
And the TikTok.
The TikTok is also Wakelee if you care to see that stuff. Hopefully.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're coming into our final segment here. It's our segment of our weekly threes. It's 3 things you're listening to right now that you'd like people to check out.
First thing is this band called Superbloom. They just put out a single called Head First. I think it's part of like a larger EP. It's like a 10-song EP. The guy that we produced with, Brian, is in that band, and they're like just insane. If you're into like 90s grunge, Nirvana shit, Smashing Pumpkins, like this is,
they're really good.
Yeah, they're so good.
They're going to Germany. So
they're going to play in Germany soon.
Nice.
Which is sick. And another band that I've been listening to that I just got into recently is this band called Someone Still Loves You, Boris Yeltsin.
Yes.
And fun, like I think the term is landfill indie is what they call some of these bands. So good landfill indie. And third is this band called Tennis Courts. They're good friends of ours in Brooklyn. We just played a show with them. I think they're putting out a song in the next 10 days or so, or sometime in May. I don't even know if they've announced that yet, but whatever. They're awesome. I've listened to the new album that they're going to be putting out, and it's actually amazing. So yeah, Tennis Courts, Superbloom, and Someone Still Loves You, Boris Yeltsin.
Awesome. Next.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I would go with what have I been listening to? A song called Candy Gun by Melt Banana. I've always been listening to that recently. Some good like Japanese noise rock. What else? This song called Parking Lot by Mineral. Old emo song. And then song called Television Screens by Fontaine's DC. Love that song.
Nice. And if we're just doing like artists, probably Andy Schaff, who's part of Foxwarren. He just came out with a new album. He's really good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
MJ Lenderman is this guy I just found on Instagram who's fucking killing it right now. And he does kind of, it feels like new dad rock, but like sick. It's all sick. And then I've really been fucking with The Smile, actually. I'm trying to go see them in New York.
Oh, yeah.
They're playing York, and they're playing Forest Hills Stadium at some point, but I think tickets are like $1,000. So, yeah, those three for sure right now. Oh, and Connie Danger, who's probably my favorite artist of all time.
Nice. And yeah, $1,000 for a show. I mean, I hope you don't pay that, but I mean,
I've never done that before.
It's not Taylor Swift. I mean, you're not going to
That's true.
see Taylor Swift.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to play like a 2-cap room and just charge each ticket $1,000. I'm sure we can find two people to pay $1,000.
I think you can do it. I mean, there's all you got to do is to get one TikTok to hit a tiny bit.
Exactly.
There you go. It's scarcity. We got to convince. If we raise the price, then people will think it's a better show. So there you go.
Awesome. Well, now it's my turn. For my three, my first one is a Aussie punk rock band called Trophy Eyes. The album is What Hurts the Most, is what I've been listening to.
Nice.
My second one is Tiger Wine. They're a hardcore band from Colorado. Name of the album is Nothing Is For You. And last but not least is a British indie band called The Luke Estate, and the name of the album is called More Than This.
Tiger Wine, like drinking wine?
Yeah, one word, Tiger Wine.
Tiger Wine. Cool.
I'm taking a look at all these. What was the last one you said?
The Luke Estate. It's a British indie band.
Oh, sweet. Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, I got to check those out. Thanks, Shane.
Well, guys, truth be told, I love what you guys are doing, and I want to say thank you so much for creating the music that I get to listen to and to pick apart and kind of make it my own as well. I love what you guys are doing. I'm happy for you guys. I'm very excited to see what the future holds, because I think you got a good future ahead of you. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep at it. We love it. We're here to help you, and we're just really excited for awesome things to come for you.
Thank you. That means a lot. Thanks you so much
for having us.
Yeah,
great.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
It's our pleasure, and everybody out there in the world, you know what time it is now. It's time to go out, listen to Wakelee, and have a great fucking time.
I'm not really mad. I'm just up and down all day long, like a little seesaw. I let Plinko choose my decisions. It's life like a game show. Better watch through the night. Better watch through the night. Said a couple things, something is missing, like a car without a transmission. But for slide, and I never got to say that I like your eyes. Am I losing it? Nobody knows exactly what they want. Nobody knows exactly what they want. I've learned to grin with no teeth. I've lowered all my expectations. I waited out just like a nosebleed. I've learned to live with my frustration. Nobody not really bad. I'm just up and down all day long, like a little seesaw.
Thanks again for tuning into the Hidden Tracks podcast. We hope you enjoyed this week's show. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at HiddenTracks99. Also, send all your submissions myhiddentracks99@gmail.com. Tune in next week. You may find your new favorite band, and don't forget to go out and have a great fucking time.